Free is the reason you spend more money. Not the discount, not the coupon. The word free itself, sitting on a little orange tag at the end of the yogurt aisle. You're at the grocery store on a Tuesday around 6:40, cart already loaded with what's actually on your list. Chicken, rice, the usual. You turn the corner and there it is, a cardboard sign taped to the shelf. Buy one, get one free, right above a wall of yogurt you weren't planning to touch. You didn't come in for yogurt. You're leaving with 2 tubs of it anyway, and you feel good about it, like you just won something. That's the part nobody explains right. You think you're being smart. You think you're the one working the system, but something happens in your brain before you even finish reading that sign, and by the time you're standing in the checkout line, you've already lost the argument you didn't know you were having. Stick around, because I'm going to walk you through exactly what's happening in your head in that moment. Not the vague marketing tricks you story, the actual mechanism. Start with the most obvious one, because it's the one you can almost feel happening. When something costs $4.99, your brain registers a small hit. Not painful, just a flicker, a cost. That flicker is what makes you hesitate for half a second before you put something in the cart. Now take that second item. It's not $4.99, it's $0. And when the price is 0, that flicker doesn't fire. There's no hesitation because there's nothing for your brain to weigh against. You're not comparing "do I need this" versus "is it worth it?" You skipped straight past that question because the number that usually forces the question never showed up. You paid full price for the first yogurt and felt normal about it. You paid nothing for the second one and felt like you won. Your bank account doesn't care about the difference. It sees $4.99 leave either way. Keep walking that same aisle because there's a second thing stacked right on top of it, and it's sneakier. Some of these stores don't even need a BOGO sign to get you buying more. Sometimes it's just a little card that says limit 12 per customer. You didn't come in wanting 12 of anything. You came in wanting maybe 2. But your brain reads that number, 12, and quietly resets what normal looks like. Now 2 feels small, 4 feels reasonable. That limit sign isn't there to stop you from overbuying. It's doing the opposite. It's planting a number in your head, and your brain uses that number as a starting point, then adjusts down from it instead of building up from what you actually need. So even without a discount attached, just seeing a big number next to a product changes how much of it looks normal to grab. The BOGO sign and the limit sign are cousins. Both of them are handing you a number that isn't yours, and your brain treats it like it is. Now, here's the part that should actually bother you. Researchers put people in a lab, hooked sensors up to their foreheads, and had them shop under 2 conditions. One with buy one get one offers, one without. They were reading activity in the prefrontal cortex, the part of your brain involved in decision-making, and they found something specific. Under the BOGO condition, the brain activity linked to unplanned buying spiked, and it spiked before people had consciously worked through whether they wanted the item. The model built from that brain activity could predict, with well over 90% accuracy, whether someone was about to make an unplanned purchase just from watching what their brain was doing in that moment. That's not "you're weak-willed" or "you have no self-control." That's your brain reacting to the word free the way it reacts to a lot of triggers: fast, automatic, and ahead of the part of you that actually thinks things through. You're standing in that aisle believing you're making a choice. Your prefrontal cortex already made it for you a few seconds earlier. And then there's the ending nobody puts in the ad. That second yogurt, the free one, it's not actually free. It's sitting in your fridge right now behind the milk, and there's a real chance it's still sitting there in 2 days when you're doing a fridge clean-out, and it goes straight in the trash. There's research on exactly this. Households that take BOGO deals waste more food than households that don't, because the free item was never actually wanted, it was just accepted. You didn't budget for a second yogurt. You didn't plan a meal around it. It came home with you because the price tag said 0, and it's going to leave your house the same way most unplanned things do, unused. So the deal that felt like a win at checkout quietly turns into a loss 2 weeks later, except this time there's no sign telling you about it. So let's go back to that aisle. Same cart, same Tuesday, same sign taped to the shelf. But this time, before you reach for that second yogurt, you do just one thing. You stop, you look at the date stamped on the lid, and you ask yourself one question. Not, is this a good deal? Will I actually eat this before that date? That's it. One question. Not a rule about never taking deals, not a spreadsheet, not cutting BOGO out of your life forever. Just that one pause right at the shelf before the item touches your cart. If the answer's yes, take it. You're actually saving money. If you hesitate even a little, that hesitation is the flicker your brain skipped earlier, showing up late. Let it do its job this time. Here's where you catch this happening to you, and it won't be at the grocery store. It'll be on your phone. Some app, Target, Walgreens, your grocery store's app, doesn't matter which one, is going to send you a push notification this week with BOGO or buy one get one free somewhere in the text. You'll see it on your lock screen for maybe 2 seconds before you decide whether to open it or swipe it away. That 2-second window is the moment. Not later, not when you're standing at the shelf, right there on the lock screen before you've even opened the app. That's your brain deciding whether this is worth a second look, and it's deciding fast. The thing you didn't need still has a price. You just pay it later. So, next time that notification hits your lock screen, or you're standing in that aisle with a BOGO sign staring back at you, are you going to check the date on the label before it lands in your cart, or are you going to let the free one ride home with you unread the way the last one did? If this is the kind of stuff that's actually useful to you, stick around. There's more of this coming.